Hello, my beautiful friends. It's me, Jennysrp, and I'm sitting up. I am still recovering from what I believe was the coronavirus. I am feeling better, but I still feel a bit like I've had the wind knocked out of me, kicked in the chest. Definitely still more tired than usual, still having night sweats and sore throats. But I am getting better, my cough is getting better, and I can't wait to stop coughing so that I can actually go outside and get a minute of sunshine with my one excursion outside a day. I'm not sure when that'll happen, but hopefully soon because the sun is finally shining here in the UK. Today I want to do a little bit of a different video. I've made a list of some resources that I think might be helpful to some of you during this time of isolation and quarantine, spending a lot of time alone. If you're healthy, you don't have the virus, you're probably going a bit nuts. A lot of you are probably facing being alone with your thoughts for the first time in a long time, and in addition to that, there's a lot of anxiety about what's going to happen. I know a lot of you have job insecurity, and so hopefully a lot of these are free resources. Some of them do have a membership price, but some of them also have really good discounts right now in light of the event. So hopefully they're helpful for you. As you can see, I'm still running out of breath a little faster than usual. You can check out my previous 2 videos about my experience with this. I've not been tested because they're only testing people in hospital in the UK right now, but I've been completely isolated. I didn't even spend any time with my boyfriend for 3 weeks. We're finally able to watch a show now and cuddle because all the research that I've been able to find says you're not really contagious after 7 to 10 days, and it's been about 22 days now, I think. Today is Wednesday, March 25th that I'm recording this, and I believe I contracted the virus on February 29th or March 1st, so it's been a good 25 days. I don't imagine I would be contagious any longer, and my best hope is that I've had the virus now and that I will be immune, but again, we're not 100% certain that people are immune. I'm not sure what the long-term effects of this are going to be. Like I said, I'm still feeling a lot of discomfort in my chest, and my kidneys seem to be a little more angry than usual. So I'm still taking it really easy. I'm pacing myself with working. My day job is pretty much the same, but I'm taking it easy and taking lots of rest during the day. I worked from home before this crisis anyway, so that hasn't changed much for me. My normal thing is the same, which is kind of funny when you have chronic illness because all these people are staying home for the first time in a while and listing all these things they want to do, like organize their closets and file their tax returns and clean their whole house and do their spring cleaning and learn a little new language. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And then I remember my chronic illness is still there, and there's a reason why I have limited energy to do these things. So it's a bit of a double whammy, having chronic illness and having to stay home and all of these extra things. So anyway, we can talk about some of those resources first. If you have chronic pain or chronic illness, or if your new anxiety or psychological issues are causing you physical symptoms, or if you just want to get in touch with what the mind-body relationship is, I highly recommend checking out the Curable app. I used the Curable app for a year in tandem with a very intense type of therapy I was doing. It didn't cure my chronic illness, but it's a really, really good introductory course for the mind and the body and how your neural pathways can build in pain responses even when there isn't an external thing causing you pain. It's a really good 101 course for the mind-body connection. It has a lot of really great meditations, exercises, writing exercises. I do kind of recommend doing this as you're seeing a therapist if possible, because you might do a writing exercise and find out that there's this thing that's really hard for you to deal with on your own, and There are a lot of therapy options online right now that you can do over Skype or Zoom. I have used BetterHelp. That seems to be the most affordable option. So betterhelp.com. I've also worked with the Helpful Clinic, and they work with people with chronic illness as well. They do stuff online too, based in the UK, but they work with people all over the world. BetterHelp, I believe, is based in the United States, so that'll be in US dollars, so it might be more affordable for people. I think the one we had was $40 a week, and that's like ongoing messaging back and forth plus sessions and stuff. So that might be something you could check out. And then my day job is with the Optimum Health Clinic, and they work primarily with patients with ME, CFS, and fibromyalgia, but that's a little bit more expensive. It's out of reach for a lot of people, unfortunately, but it is a really good resource if you really, really need more support right now. But again, therapy is an expense that a lot of us aren't going to be able to afford right now. I think apps like Curable might be a really, really good supportive resource if you need that. Along those lines, the Calm app, I used the Calm app for a year. I loved it, especially the sleep stories. I couldn't really do the meditations. I didn't get along with the voice on those meditations, but they might be really helpful for you. And there's ambient sounds and just like a lot of resources on the Calm app that might help you just relax. And my biggest recommendation with this is do these things mindfully, meaning pick one task and do that task. Don't try to like listen to the news and check your Twitter and like all these things while you're trying to do a task. Like do things mindfully, one thing at a time, and that will help your brain slow down and hopefully you'll feel a little calmer. Another resource, I also work for a company called Conscious Life, and I think we're trying to work out a way to get a discount out right now, but Conscious Life is a online video platform for mindfulness, yoga, workshops around psychology. It's a secular system, so it's not religious at all, but it explores a lot of philosophical content that might help you, start to feel comforted by those big questions like, where am I going to go? What's important to me? What does this all mean? How can I find meaning in this crisis? A lot of our content was filmed in 2015 and before, but the relevance of a lot of these workshops and themes are timeless. So I hope that maybe you can check that out and see if it feels right to you. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial, and then if we have a discount code in the meantime that comes up, I will post that in the comments below too. Full disclosure, I work for Optimum Health Clinic and Conscious Life, but I've used both of these resources and have found them helpful. A free resource is Yoga with Adriene. This can be both exercise and psychological support. I cannot exercise in the typical terms because I have mitochondria dysfunction that causes me to get sick if my cells are overwhelmed, which sucks because I was an athlete before I got ill. But anyway, she has both gentle exercises that you can do, very minimally exertion, and everything all the way to like a really good workout. And yoga is again with that mind-body thing. You might notice that as you do yoga and move certain parts of your body and connect to your breath, that you actually have an emotional release, like crying. And this can actually feel really good. I know a lot of people are scared of crying and having emotional responses. It could actually be really helpful in this time. If you haven't started a yoga practice, Adriene is from Texas and she makes yoga very secular, very accessible. She teaches you kind of the Sanskrit word and like an American word for the yoga poses, so it's not like a religious practice. And then also Chaz Ruff from Yoga Amazing has really good videos too, both for people with chronic illnesses or chronic pain and for the regular population. Those are really good free videos on YouTube, so check that out. What's next? Oh, for food at this time, I know we're all kind of doing food a little differently than we normally do, either because you can't go out to restaurants or the food you usually cook isn't available at the grocery store, or you have to make use of what's in your cupboard while you wait 2 weeks for your next grocery delivery. I really recommend Bootstrap Cook, Jack Monroe on Twitter. She has someone who has made cookbooks based on very, very cheap meals based off of like tinned food and frozen food and little things you have lying around. and also Healthy Living James Wythe. He is someone who is recovering from chronic fatigue syndrome and has kind of evolved in his health by coming up with really quick, easy, most of them are vegetarian recipes. So these are things that they don't take 2 hours to cook and prep. These are easy, simple, healthy recipes, and I've tried a couple of them and they're really good. So I highly recommend Healthy Living James. So also for food, I have been using Huel. It's a meal replacement shake or protein bar. They have different options. I have a refer a friend code so you can get 10% off. This might be good just to have in your cupboard if you can't get to the grocery store or there's a delivery not coming for a while. Huel is a gluten-free, dairy-free, full, what is it called? Perfect nutrition. It's got vitamins and minerals, and I actually like the taste, and it's been great. I've been having it for lunch almost every day for about 6 weeks, and I actually, for the first time, am not craving a snack in the afternoon usually. Huel is a great option. They have 2 different kinds of powder and then a number of different flavors. One of them has more protein over carbs, and one of them has a different measure over carbs and protein, so it just depends what you're looking for right now. And they also have protein bars, so you can buy the bars, and I've been having those for breakfast when I couldn't get eggs. I couldn't get eggs for 2 weeks, but finally Matt got some from a local farmer yesterday. So that's an option. And also, if you are a coffee lover like me, I've been using Pact coffee delivery in the UK for the last couple of months, and I love it. They always have these different signature coffees that you can order one off, or you can also have a regular delivery of a house coffee or one of the coffees that you like. They have 3 different grades of coffee at different prices, so you can choose how often you get it delivered, whether it's every 14 days or once a month. They have different grinds, so they have whole bean and ground coffee, stuff for the French press or pods, so they have every different kind of coffee. Packed coffee is awesome, and you can use my referral code on that too. If you have any quick food options that you like, I also ordered a bunch of bone broth from, I don't remember where, maybe I'll put it on the screen, but it's like £5 per meal, and that's quite a lot, whereas Huel is like 1 to 2 pounds per meal, so it's really affordable in the long term. I think that's about it. If you are looking for a more spiritual practice to really help you center and find groundedness and calm, I really recommend starting with The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I've read dozens and dozens of philosophy and mindfulness and spirituality and self-help teachers, and I think Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now might be the most helpful right now, because being in the present is what we need to kind of get us through one day at a time while this crisis unfolds, and mindfulness might be the best practice for you to start with. He is releasing more and more videos on YouTube during this crisis too that are really helpful, spiritually oriented. He's also studied a number of religions, so he can reference some underlying spiritual truths that might reflect well for this time period as well. So I think he is a great resource, and if you want more suggestions on that, leave a comment below. I won't inundate you. It's not for everyone. Not everyone is on a personal journey to evolve, and that's not comforting for some people. Some people, video games are a lot better. The 2 video games that I play are Hearthstone by Blizzard and League of Legends by Riot Games, mostly because they're free to play, and my my economic situation has been very uncertain for the last 5 years, so I haven't invested in a console I normally would have Nintendo, but I haven't had that in the last 10 years. So these are free to play games. Hearthstone is more relaxing. They have really good starter tutorials on that. It's a card game that you play on your mobile phone or on your laptop. And League of Legends is a more competitive game that uses a lot of strategies and teamwork and things like that. All fantasy based. So let me know what your favorite either distractions or coping mechanisms are right now. I do plan to get back to my beauty boxes and subscription boxes, but I'm really pacing myself and trying to take my time with this so that I can fully recover and feel better faster. I've been sick for more, I think 3 weeks now. 3 weeks? I've been sick the whole month of March now, so if you start to get symptoms or don't feel well, Please rest, 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 rest. Do not rush to get back to anything. Even if you work from home, take the time off of work. I know that that's not possible for everyone. I'm really worried about people all over the world. Most of my friends and family live in the United States, and while the UK's policy hasn't been great, I really fear for the healthcare system in the United States because of how it's out of control. They have to change it. I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I'm running out of breath. I hope you guys really take care of each other, and if you're ill, I hope you feel better very soon. If you're anxious, I hope you find something that calms you down or distracts you or makes you feel better. Distraction is okay to get to the next level of okayness. And it's okay not to be okay. We're all in this together, and hopefully I'll be here making content for you to distract on YouTube too. Take care of each other. Bye.